Alright everybody, today we are going to be opening up this Wi-Fi endoscope from ABOX. So, I guess here's the box. It's not super fancy. But I picked this up because if you guys have been following any of the videos, and I have no idea why you would follow an unboxing channel, you know that I've got a boat, project boat, that I tend to spend a lot of time on lately. And between the headliner and the deck, I've got a couple of leaks somewhere and I can't quite identify where they are. So my idea, without taking down the whole headliner, and I don't want to do that, so my idea is to use this wireless endoscope to see if I can't locate where the leaks are. So this is at least my next attempt at trying to figure that out. So this here I picked up from the vendor is Globmall. It's Globmall, Globmall US. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a goofy name there. But this comes with a couple extra tools too, and I thought this might be handy. There's a mirror, so that way you can get a second angle. You can attach this on here. In addition to that, there's supposed to be a hook, and I can't remember what this third tool is. There's supposed to be 3 tools. Oh, a magnet. Yeah, okay, so there's a magnet too. So that's kind of neat. The mirror is possibly the one that I would end up having to use up here if for some reason I can't identify the leak. But I think I should be able to trace, just the moisture line and stuff. So I shouldn't have any problems doing that. So I wasn't sure how stiff this cord was going to be. Obviously, you guys can kind of see that, how it's staying in place. I was kind of worried that it would be floppy and I'd have trouble getting it up. Oh, that's what she said. I'd have trouble getting it up between the headliner and the deck, but I don't think I'm going to have trouble with this actually, so that's good. Yeah, it's straight and stiff, and that's me holding probably about 18 inches, yeah, about 18 inches off, and it maintains straight that way. Obviously, it's not going to be able to do that for like 6 feet or anything, but that's okay. I really only need about 2 feet before it hits that curve and can go up above. Altogether though, this endoscope has a 16.4 foot wire on it. And then this is the wireless piece. It says it connects via Wi-Fi. So we'll probably, I don't think I'm going to try that out on here just because I want to make sure I read the instructions, and there might be an app you have to download and stuff like that too, and that just takes too long. On the end here there's also 8 LEDs, which is handy because you're going to be putting this thing into some dark places, so you want to make sure that you've got the ability to see what it is that you're trying to see. The whole camera itself it doesn't look like it's necessarily waterproof because there is a hole right there, and there's another one here on the other side. There's a little arrow that points to it. Oh, that's, you know what that is? It's to connect these things into. Yeah, that's your holes to connect this stuff into, I bet. So I wouldn't go dunking this into water right off without reading the instructions. But for me, it's going to be in a moisture area, and I'm not super worried about that as long as I'm not dunking it into a pool of water, which I won't be. Obviously, the cable's not going to be any leak concern, and then even up here it looks like it's really well sealed right there too. So I mean, I would say this would probably work like in a shower or in a drain or something like that, provided you don't get down to where the trap is and dunk it in there. I'm gonna read the instructions before I try that. I'm not gonna say it's not waterproof, but before I read the instructions, that's kind of just my impression of it. It says here the camera is 0.35 inches in diameter, so just a little over 1/3 of an inch in diameter. I'd say that's pretty accurate. And as you can see, the length is probably about 1 3/4 for the stiff camera end. The rest of it, the cable will all bend. So as long as you're able to navigate this around whatever turn you're trying to get into, you should be able to get to it. And it says it's a 2 megapixel 1200p. 1200p HD, and it works on Android and iOS smartphones as well as tablets. I don't see any other notes or anything. Oh, the LEDs have an adjustable brightness, which is good. Alright, so as far as the, oh, here we go. So this is obviously going to have a battery in it, or you're going to have to constantly have it plugged in. So here's your cable for that. I am going to have to check into that, and you'll see that in my review, whether or not it's a charged device or whether or not you have to have it plugged in all the time, because that actually does make a difference on the boat. I don't have a charger, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But cool. Alright, so any questions, comments, make sure to ask. I'll get to them as soon as we can. You'll definitely see a more detailed review once I've put this thing to use. And of course that'll be linked in the description below as well. So, alright, thanks a lot. See you guys.